Welcome to StaarCast, a show about tarot, divination, and all things mystical. StaarCast is a celebration of Starcon, the Southeastern Tarot Artist and Readers Conference. I'm Amy Mauser, and here's your host, Christiana Gaudet.
Thank you, Amy, and welcome everyone to StaarCast. I'm Christiana Gaudet, and I am so excited today because with me is my friend Jenna Matlin. How you doing, Jenna?
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Christiana. I'm doing awesome.
It is great. I feel like I haven't seen you, I think, since we were in Portland together. I think that's the last time we saw each other in the flesh. Is that right?
Yes, I think so. What was that? Year and 3/4 almost? Something like that. It's been a long time.
Great to see you. Great to catch up with you. For those who don't know Jenna, and I'm not sure there are too many people who don't know Jenna, Jenna, you have been a full-time professional tarot reader for how long?
I went full-time in 2012 and have been full-time ever since.
Fabulous. And you are the author of 2 books. Is that correct?
That's right. I am the author of Have Tarot Will Travel and Have Tarot Will Party, which are both gig-based. How do you bootstrap your tarot business with in-person readings, even though we can't really do that now?
Yeah, well, that, brings us right to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? And I've thought about that because you built a very successful business primarily on in-person readings. And then you moved from your business base of Philadelphia to North Carolina, and then COVID. So talk to me about how you have pivoted with all of that.
Well, it's interesting. I was awarded Best of Philadelphia Spiritual Guru by Philadelphia Magazine in 2019, the same year I was leaving it. So I really left Philly at the height of my career there. And it was hard because there really is a cognitive dissonance between what does John Q. Public believe about readings, which is like, if we're in person, it's going to work better. You need my physical energy, versus what those of us who are readers know, which is like, it doesn't really matter. So it was hard to shift my client base from, they would be like, well, I'll see you when you come back to Philly. And in the beginning, I was doing trips to Philly for like 2 weeks to see people and coming back to North Carolina, where I now reside. But in a weird way, COVID actually helped me with that because it forced people that were so desperate for a reading and they knew that I was not coming back anytime soon to finally try Zoom or the phone and see for themselves that it works just as well. The only difference is I can't hug you and you can't have any tea, but the reading itself is just as good. Now, at the same time, on January 1st of 2020, I signed a new lease to open a new office in Durham. And by the time all of the licenses went through, by the time I shifted all of my online stuff to show Durham rather than Philly, I literally saw 4 people in my office before shutting everything down. So it's been, and then, I was like, God, I should have just not even done that and just still showed that I was in Philly. Whatever, like hindsight being 2020. But so I've definitely had to really make a quick pivot this year from someone who was a primarily in-person reader, party reader, festival, corporate reader to all online. And it's been really successful actually for the most part. So that kind of is what is going to build the offering. Can I say what the offering is?
Yes, what you will be doing for us at StaarCon.
Yes, and at StaarCon, I will be offering online oracle offerings, how to make the pivot online, how to do gig work online and do it successfully. Because honestly, the shift has not significantly impacted my bottom line and my income because of the things that I have implemented. And it was a tight learning curve for me. I'm not super, I had to learn about lighting and video editing and all of these things I really didn't want to learn. But I'm going to get into that in the offering at StaarCon. And I'm really excited that you have also pivoted this conference from an in-person, we were planning some cool in-person stuff, to an online platform only. So I think it's a perfect fit.
It really is. And of course, yes, StaarCon 2021, we are in the process right now of making the announcement that for 2021, we will be StaarCon online, which means that wherever you are in the world, you don't have to get on an airplane this year. You just have to sign up and we will see you online, and it will be the most robust, interactive online conference you have ever seen. But for 2022, we are planning to be in person at the Doubletree Executive Meeting Center in Palm Beach Gardens, but also as a hybrid with a virtual aspect to it as well. So going forward after this year, we will be a hybrid conference. But it is a perfect fit, Jenna, because you were planning to do a tarot-based pool party.
Yes.
And maybe do that in 2022. But for this year, I think that really helping other readers find their online footing is a perfect thing. And one of the things we really want to do at StaarCon is serve every diviner, whether we're talking beginners, whether we're talking lifelong spiritual seekers, whether we're talking professionals. And the workshop that you're doing is perfect for the professionals and for those who want to be professional. And I think a lot of people are really going to benefit. And this will not be the first time, Jenna, that people have benefited from your business knowledge. It feels like in a very succinct way, as you gained your own footing and your own strength as a tarot business owner, you also learned how to help other people do the same. And I'd just love to hear from you, just sort of your thought about where you're at as a tarot business coach, what you think about the state of tarot business coaching. Talk to me.
Okay, so it's interesting you asked that question because I recently posted on my own YouTube channel, which I've just started, right, why you shouldn't be a tarot reader. Right. And I lay it out. Like, if you have, a lot of business coaches out there are going to give you the 6-figure dream and a picture of them in Bali somewhere. And if that's the lifestyle you want, then this is not the work for you. And in fact, if you're starting from like, I want to be a full-time tarot reader or pro tarot reader because I want these things for myself in my life. That's the completely wrong way to approach this business. You have to start from, what problem can I maybe solve for somebody that they may want to pay me to help solve them? Like, we have to come first from a place of service.
Right.
Because if we all kind of make it about the Jenna show or the My Tarot, I'm a tarot reader show and I'm my business coach show, it's not going to work. But there are a lot of coaches out there that feed on the dreams and desires of people, and it's very predatory. So I lay it out and say, this is hard work. You have to run the numbers. You have to figure out you need to do a business analysis approach from this, and really see if this is something you're capable of doing. And if so, in what ways? So as a business coach, I feel like a lot of my work with others, whether it's one-on-one or small group, is really management of expectations. And, maybe that's not that's not as lucrative as telling people what they want to hear, but I'm not doing business coaching really to like impact my business line. I do it because I love it.
Right.
And I love helping people because there are more people than ever. And just seeing the shift from 2012, it has shifted culturally in a way that I did not think was going to be possible within 10 years. which is tarot really going mainstream. People who would have been embarrassed or shy to tell anyone that they got a reading is now like, yeah, I got a reading. I went and got a facial, got a reading, and then I went and got my kombucha, whatever. And it's just like incredible to me. So as that demand increases, we also need good readers that are going to be able to serve in that way. And I want to be part of that. That's always been my goal. Because if this is the right fit for you to be a tarot pro, I don't know, for me, it was a dream come true. It was exactly the right fit. And I want to help people find their perfect storm too. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful. You're going to make me cry. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And that is the thing. If this is your calling for real, it's not about the money. You know, I often say anyone who goes into tarot reading for the money is either stupid or dishonest, right? Because either they're going to be a scam artist or they just don't get what's going on here. You don't do this for the money. You do it because you can't imagine yourself doing anything else.
100%. 100%.
That's a beautiful thing. So we are really looking forward to your presentation at StaarCon. We're also looking forward to seeing you in person at StaarCon 2022.
Yeah.
But I really think that StaarCon Online 2021 is going to be wonderful. And it's going to be especially wonderful because you will be there. So we really appreciate that. So one of the things that we've been doing on StaarCast, right? Get your cards. It's time. What I'd like us each to do is think about StaarCon 2021 and pull a card. And I'll let you say whether you want to go first or second once you see your card. And we will interpret our cards for this event coming up in January. Okay, I got mine. Excellent. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first. Go first. All right. So what I pulled was 4 of Wands.
Oh, so good. So good.
I know. So good. I love my tarot people. I just feel like this is something that we all desperately need online to reconnect to each other, to really have StaarCon be the beautiful space holding for us to remember who we are for ourselves as readers, who we are for one another, and to re-engage with this love of tarot that brings us all together. So I think this is such a beautiful card to have for StaarCon.
Oh, I love it. And I see that, and I'll raise you strength.
Yeah.
And I love that. You know, I love strength because, well, obviously it's strong. But there's so much more there because we're sort of wrestling and taming the beast. And, you know, the beast right now is a lot of stuff we're going through as a society. There's so much. It's COVID, but it's so much more. And yet that gentle woman just reins that in, uses the strength of the beast in a positive way. And so I think that, you know, very literally, we can say that StaarCon will help people develop their own strength in terms of their skills, in terms of their personal growth, and it will help us as a community develop our strength together. Yay.
Like the end. Sign up already, all right?
So good. Jenna Matlin, I want to thank you so much. You and I have known each other for quite a while. You're one of my favorite tarot peeps in the whole wide world. We both identify as the Queen of Wands. We're sisters in being the Queen of Wands. And I look forward to working with you at StaarCon this year and for many, many years in the future. And thank you so much for appearing here on StaarCast with me.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And I completely 100% agree with everything you've just said.
Thanks for joining us for StaarCast. For more information about our annual conference, visit us online at starcon.com. That's StaarCon.com. We are looking forward to seeing you in January.